Welcome back to Gentleman's Corner, guys. My name is David. Welcome to another Splendid Saturday. You may have noticed that I did not have a Splendid Saturday video last week. Just decided I wanted to take a break. It seemed like we were kind of getting in a rut, and really hasn't been a whole lot to talk about recently, so I thought I might take a week off. Might be moving this segment to a bi-weekly thing, just depending on how things develop. But today, I just want to get on and check in with y'all. As you saw this week, we uploaded the Peterson Sweet Killarney review. I hope y'all enjoyed that. I saw that a fair number of you did watch it, so thank you for your viewership and your continued patronage to my channel. Really enjoyed that. Sweet Killarney, it was pretty good blend. So I think I gave it a B+. So pretty nice. I was checking the subscriber numbers, and we are up to 200 and I want to say it was 292. So we're closing in on that 300 mark. I still have not decided if I'm going to do a 300 sub giveaway. I would appreciate any kind of feedback from y'all in the comment section below at the end of this video. If you have any opinions one way or the other. Sorry about that. Today I am smoking, excuse you. Today I'm smoking a little bit of Orlick Dark Strong Kentucky. This is going to be my next review. I'll be posting, I'm hoping, this upcoming Tuesday. This is my third bowl of Dark Strong Kentucky. So I try to do, like I said, 6 to 7 bowls, and I want to say with Peterson Sweet Killarney, it was my 7th bowl that I reviewed. So I've been working on Dark Strong Kentucky for a couple of days now, and so far indications are positive. I still haven't made any long-lasting decisions about my opinions of the blend, and I won't make those decisions until much later in the review process. But so far, it's indications are good. Having a little trouble keeping it lit today, but part of it is my pack may have been just a little bit tight. With a rubbed out flake like this, I usually try to keep it a little bit looser than what I did today. So that might be it. I also may need to clean this pipe. If you're interested today, this is the Missouri Meerschaum Hardwood. This is the Ozark series. There we go. So the cherry's there. It's just accessing it is hard. Anyway, today I wanted to talk about something that I saw on Twitter, and I thought it was a really interesting kind of discussion topic, and I wanted to bring it to the channel just because I really think it's worth discussing. I had seen on Twitter a couple of days ago, or maybe it was yesterday, there was another page that was talking about discuss your views on the literature or literary archetype of the pipe-smoking old wizard. And it was really fun because the GIF that they used to illustrate their point is the Merlin from Disney's The Sword and the Stone. And I absolutely love that movie. So, but my basic answer was, and this is my take on the pipe-smoking wizard, and it could be Gandalf, it could be Merlin in the old English fairy tales. I think there's even some Germanic folk tales that have this kind of pipe-smoking old wizard archetype. And what I said is essentially to the effect of, I think that the archetype is a quintessential part of literary history in the sense that they are a fixture of specifically European storytelling, but it melded itself into American storytelling as well. And to an extent, the archetype is a component of what's called the hero's journey storytelling framework. And the hero's journey is essentially you have a young hero who has to go through some adversity. He finds, an old, wise person who counsels him in his quest, and he comes out at the end of the quest as a better, stronger character. And this is the same archetype that was used for Homer's Odyssey and the Iliad. It was used in much of classical Greek mythology, but to give you a modern day perspective, it's also used in The Lord of the Rings and in Star Wars. And I'm talking about the original trilogy in 1977, where Ben Kenobi and to an extent Yoda play that same kind of pipe-smoking wizard archetype. But the one that everyone thinks of is Gandalf. And the archetype itself, the character, I think is an essential part of literary history because they help to develop the main character. However, I think that the pipe adds something to that character. These wizards are supposed to be wise, old, methodical, if not a little absent-minded. And I think that the pipe, the smoke billowing around them as they sit in their chair and muse, it gives them something to muse over as they are thinking about the problems and preparing their counsel for the people who would seek their wisdom. But it also adds, the smoke hanging in the air, kind of an ambiance and an aesthetic that I think that kind of character needs. And I'm disappointed in the way that modern storytellers have been, what's the word? They've shied away from it. And I think that's unfortunate because I think it does add something of a texture to the lives of these characters. Another element that I discussed I had two separate tweets that I responded with, and the other one is a lot of these characters, the wizard especially, not just the old man, but the wizard, usually their powers are linked to the earth and into nature. And it provides yet another link to nature and the earth, and it gives them a very organic quality that I think plays very well into the archetype. So, I know certainly recently I have seen the ads for the new Fantastic Beasts movie with Jude Law as Albus Dumbledore and Eddie Redmayne as Newt Scamander. So if you haven't seen them or the Harry Potter books, really, really well done, honestly, in my opinion. I read them in elementary school, but I think that there's something in them for every age group. So I highly, highly recommend if you haven't watched or seen them. Kind of going off what I was saying, I think that the character of Albus Dumbledore is this very old, wise wizard. He's considered very powerful, and his counsel is very much valued by members of the magical community. And I think that J.K. did a wonderful, wonderful job with Albus, but he also strikes me as the kind of guy who would smoke a pipe. But I just can't have that in a movie for kids. It's not like The Lord of the Rings, which is written for mostly young adults. I had friends that were, when I was I was in elementary school when those movies came out, and I had friends that were allowed to go watch them. And, at that age, you're not that impressionable about it. So yeah, just kind of something that sparked my interest. I don't know why it struck me with such a heavy chord, but it did. And I thought I would bring it up on the channel and see if y'all had any opinions or ideas or thoughts about this literary archetype. I don't know how many of you read classical literature. I know I have read Beowulf, Iliad, Odyssey. I've tried to read some of the old Sherlock Holmes novels. So, I'm somewhat familiar, but I also took a lot of classes in classical literature. So I have maybe a skewed perspective of the archetype. So anyway, if you want to contribute to the discussion in the comments section below, I'd be happy to discuss this with you. I don't know, it just kind of struck a chord with me. I guess because my grandfather smoked a pipe, and he was a very intelligent, very wise guy, and I always thought about, I never knew my grandfather, but I always kind of pictured this old wise man, sitting in a corner smoking his pipe in a study, always ready to disperse wisdom. So if you'd like to discuss it in the comments below, I would be happy to discuss it with you. As for the channel, like I said, next week I will be reviewing Orlick Darkstrong Kentucky, which is what I am currently sampling. And as I said, indications are positive so far, and I don't know where they're going to go from there, but we'll wait till next week to see. If you have any blends that you want to recommend, I am potentially in a buying mode right now. I might get 1 or 2 tins, maybe. So if you have any suggestions for new blends that you would like me to look at, I'm certainly open to suggestions right now. So if you would leave those in the comment section below. Other than that, I really don't have a whole lot else for you. So if you like this video, please hit like. If you'd like to see more of my videos, please hit subscribe. And please do hit the notification button next to the subscribe button. It'll send you a notification anytime that I upload a new video, including my reviews. If you'd like to connect with me on other social media, you can find the links to my Instagram and Twitter in the description box below, along with an example of the hashtag AskGentleman'sCorner. If you have a question that you would like to ask, feel free to post it on Twitter using that hashtag or in the comments section, and I would be happy to answer it on the next Splendid Saturday. I don't know if it's going to be next week. It might be 2 weeks, just depending on how things develop, if there's any new big developments in the pipe community. So we will see. But other than that, guys, my name is David. This has been a Splendid Saturday on Gentleman's Corner. I hope you're having a splendid Saturday wherever you are and whenever you're watching this. And other than that, have a good one.